All right, so for this video, we'll be covering an important concept when it comes to growing and scaling your fashion brand online, especially on your ads side. Now, if you're new to our channel, my name is Brandon. My team and I, we've been growing fashion labels and brands for over 4 years now. And you can see on my track record, the brands we work with and all that stuff in the description, right? But for this YouTube video, I make content to go over exactly what's working in fashion right now, the best practices, and what exactly we do for the brands we work with so that you can apply it for your own brand if you wish to improve and grow your own fashion label and brand, right? So for this video, what I want to cover is that your ads is independent of your products, or more specifically, your product pages, right? So what do I mean by this? Now, first let's go over what a viral bestseller ad is. Simply put, a viral bestseller ad is an ad that resonates with new customers so much that it lasts for months and sometimes even years, right? So the same ad just brings in new customers consistently, month after month after month. So you have this, right? You have a viral bestseller ad. And I'm experimenting with this kind of drawing style for the videos. If you don't like this, let me know in the comments. If you do like this, I will continue doing it. So you have a viral bestseller ad. And the viral bestseller ad drives new customers, right? That is the job of the viral bestseller ad. If it is doing this, driving you new customers and getting you new sales, it is doing its job. That's its only goal. Now, what's the mistake that most brands might make? Now, because a viral bestseller ad can last for months and sometimes even years, a lot of the creatives, let's say maybe the collections in the viral bestseller ad could be quote unquote old, or the products may be out of stock, right? Because sometimes if it lasts for months, as time goes on, you might release new collections, things might go out of stock, but it still resonates, right? So now, because you may think that because the product is out of stock on the ad or the collection is old, that you have to refresh the ad or you have to change the ad, right? Because you might maybe have some people be like, hey, where's this item? Like, I saw this item, but I can't find it, right? You may have some people that's like emailing your support, DMing you on Instagram about, hey, how come they can't find the product? It's out of stock. Some might even complain. And then on the other hand, with collection, you may be like, hey, like I want to refresh for like spring, summer, right? Or I want to refresh the creatives, but you don't. And then the mistake they would make is because of one of these two factors, typically, they would turn off the viral bestseller ad and basically destroy their whole momentum, right? Because the one thing that Facebook hates is that if there's something that's winning and they're just growing and growing and growing, you just turn it off, right? Because it just collapses all your momentum. And if you turn it back on again, you might not experience the same resonance and momentum ever again, right? So it's a big risk. There is no need to refresh the creatives because it's still doing its job, right? That means it tells you that despite the items in this ad may be out of stock, despite the collection being perceived quote unquote old let's say in your calendar or in your head, it still resonates with new customers and it brings them to your store and they buy. That is all that matters, right? So even though your collection and your stock, maybe it's out of stock, it still brings in new people. It gets people interested. It resonates with them and they buy. Remember, that's all that matters. Bottom line. I can't stress that enough. There's no need to always refresh your creatives or change what's working because you think that, it is old, but you think you need to refresh the creatives or that's out of stock, right? So that's one of the biggest things, because you can always redirect, because where you should drive traffic to is usually your bestseller pages or your new collections, right? And then you may have the new products there. So even though they come in, you let the customer shop and they choose what they like and they buy, right? As long as they come in, that's all that matters. And that's what the viral bestseller ad does for you. Right. So now, when do you replace a viral bestseller ad? Let's say you do want to refresh. Let's say you do want to refresh it, right? What is the best way to do so? The only time you would turn this off is if you have tested other viral bestseller ads. We'll call them VBAs. VBAs, viral bestseller ads, that are getting the similar results or even better than this one. That is when you scale this up. That's when you can turn this original one off, and then you can replace it with these, with fresh creatives. That's only if you've tested and found resonance with new ads. And for the campaign structure, I have another video on this, right? You can see how you can scale your viral bestseller ads on the campaign level, but for this, we're just focusing on the ads. All right, so this is the only time you would turn off a viral bestseller ad and replace it when you have other viral bestseller ads. So that goes over a core concept, a quick video I just want to make on this, because especially for it just like at scale, if you have something that works, you just keep doing what works. If it's working, it's working. Just leave it alone. There's no need to change it, try to be fancy, or stuff like that. It may seem boring, right? But it works over and over again, and that's all that matters. So that's what I want to cover in this video. Hope it makes sense and you apply it to your brand so that you can continue growing. If you'd like to see more of these kind of like fashion content and stuff that we put out and that we do, check out the YouTube channel. And in my description, I actually have a document where it goes over our entire growth strategy that we use for fashion labels and brands. Typically, we work with brands doing at least 500K to 1 million a year minimum direct to consumer. And we help them grow to 2 to 4 plus million in online sales using the exact strategy I lay out in the document. And if you're already over like 2 to 4 million, we can work with you as well, right? The strategy just changes, but a lot of the principle is still the same. A lot of the stuff we do in the document is still the same and can apply for you as well. So if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe, check out the other content, and I'll see you in the next one.